championship. Coles leading off the topper half of the second.
He's batting .296 on the season, 400 slugging, .390 on base for .790 OPS. 37 hits on his season, 18 RBIs.
Gavin Coles, native of Pensacola, Florida. Takes, fouls that one off.
Left fielder bat .273 against Faulkner. Started 2 of those 3 games. 11 at bats. A trio of hits. Had a triple and 2 RBIs.
That one fouled away.
I just had to poke that one away. Live to see another pitch.
That went in the dirt. That one misses high, so Coles making Correa work in this at bat.
Full count.
And he walked him. So runner on first now as Smith steps to the dish. Smith from Hickory Flat, Mississippi, takes strike one.
A good pitch from Correa there, who had to calm himself down, try and settle back in after issuing a leadoff walk here in the second. Paints the inside edge.
That one over for a strike.
Good movement on that one from Correa. Go up 0-2 against the first baseman. Had a little bit more of a quiet weekend against the Eagles. 200 batting average.
Right down the first base line. Estrella can't get there. So runners on the corners and nobody out for Blue Mountain here in the second.
Yeah, great cut. Hit it right down the line, and really good base running. And now that leadoff walk just 90 feet away. And those are the things in postseason play that make all the difference. Talked about how Mobile was able to stay a little bit more in the game because they weren't issuing those free passes. The bats just weren't there today for the Rams as they'd like for them to be.
Austin Garrison at the dish. Yeah, and Mobile really trailed 9-0 in that ball game. Multiple chances for Loyola to end it in the 7th and then the 8th. Mobile kept it alive, got a 3-run shot in the 9th, made it a 9-3 game, and the final line looked a lot different than it felt like for them for most of the day. Ball fouled back right above us here. Ballpark at Jackson, our 4th state, 4th venue in 4 seasons for this event. We were at Hank Aaron Stadium in Mobile. We were over in Columbus, Georgia. Golden Park?
Golden Park, yep.
Yeah. And then last year it was down at William Carey. You and I were relaxing this time of the week. Swung through that one and a strikeout of Garrison, and now here, Jackson, Tennessee. So I guess geographically, Blue Mountain, the team closest to the facility.
Yeah, UT Southern pretty close as well. They did not make the field because Blue Mountain beat them in that last game. It was a do or die, essentially a little play-in game between those two. And Blue Mountain found a way to get it done and get into this field. And like we mentioned during the last broadcast, it is anybody's game when you get here. Every team in here is just 3 wins away from the national tournament. Blue Mountain, a team that could sneak in and steal a bid here.
Yeah, and as we've talked about in the early part of this tournament, this is as deep of a field as we've seen in the SSAC. You're talking about an 8 seed that is a 29-19 team and has the SSAC Player of the Year. Roberson taking there.
He had a .688 on base percentage against Faulkner in Montgomery. And he's off to a great start here. 1 for 1 with that double to lead off that somehow didn't make it over the monster.
Christian Webb having an issue, having to go back over. I don't know if it's a pitch comm thing or an equipment issue. Looks like it's probably an equipment issue. Nowadays in modern baseball, you just always assume it's a pitch comm thing. You know when we didn't have these problems? Before the Astros started robbing everybody of signs. Even Little League, they don't use pitch comm. I think it's a pitch comm problem.
I'd love to see pitch comm working in Marbury, Alabama.
Listen, brother, we can't get a batter's box that doesn't have a hole in it. So 1-0 there as he misses away. Or rather, that was the walk. They had already cleared the scoreboard. So that was ball 4 for Roberson. Now Hayden Redding. Correa in the soup again, bases loaded. 1 out. I see some loosening in the bullpen, but no activity yet. There's a strike. At this stage, when you're talking about pool play, you can afford to lose 1 and win your pool. But you got to, so if you're going to lose it, you need to lose it on day 1. Because if you win the next 2, you're going to own the tiebreak over whoever you beat head-to-head. But
you could end up in a 3-way tie scenario, and then it gets all kinds of wonky from there.
Yeah, so. You don't want that. You really don't want that.
Then it goes to fewest runs allowed. then the most runs scored in the games among the tied teams. If you can break one team away from that, that team is eliminated. Or if two teams are tied at the top and you break one away, then you go to the head-to-head of that matchup from there. It gets real complicated.
Or, and hear me out, somebody goes 3-0 and wins the pool. There's there's that. Correa misses away there. He's got no place to put Redding rather. So he's got to find a way to battle back here. Correa, he walked him with the bases loaded. 2-0.
Blue Mountain able to take advantage of the Faulkner mistakes. The two errors on the one play, scoring a run, and now a couple walks. Now Carson Galt at the plate.
Yeah, now you're into 3-4-5 with the bases loading. Carson Galt with a shot to right. Out of here. Grand slam. Carson Galt. One pitch turns the game on its head. 6-0 Toppers. 4 outs into the ball game.
Yeah, that was absolutely launched by Galt and sent on a rope over the wall. Everyone knew it had enough power, but did it have enough to get did it have enough height to get over that tall wall? And Carson Galt did exactly that.
Carson Galt, 6'2", 265. He ain't come to run the bases today. Made sure he didn't have to. Carson Galt has thrown out a base runner and hit a grand slam. Early odds for MVP, Carson Galt. Just incredible performance by him in the first inning and a third. And now Patrick McCarthy, I think this is more about buying time than anything else. Because
Nick Graham warming up in the pen for Faulkner. And
this is interesting because they would like to have saved Graham to start game 2. But you're in the second here and you got a lot of baseball to cover. So it looks like they're going to go to Nick Graham. Well, I say that, but they have recently moved to Mose Hayes starting a good bit as well. And Graham is kind of that long relief role. But Correa's got to find a way to buckle down now. And there's not a lot of relief. Crawford followed by Townsend. That one well hit right field. Lord Dewey will track it back and catch it on the warning track. Blue Mountain's picking the ball up well out of Correa's hand. Nick Graham throwing with the quickness down in the Faulkner pen. Townsend, straightaway center, got under it too much. Evan Gilliam is there, and the inning is over. But Carson Galt with a grand slam, 6-0 lead for the Toppers as we head to the bottom of the second.
The SSAC is about leadership, teamwork,
achievement, community,
initiative,
ambition,
well-being,
adaptability,
sportsmanship,
trust,
integrity, gratitude,
confidence,
health,
self-discipline,
friendship,
openness,
growth,
connection,
courage, tradition.
collaboration.
The SSAC is about vision.
Back here live, the SSAC Baseball Championship. A 6-0 lead for Giordano as he comes back to the mound. He was up 1-0 when he left. So things have broken well for the Toppers here.
Yeah, they absolutely have. And now you're pitching with a 6-run lead if you're Giordano, who got into a little bit of a mess. Galt with a crucial caught stealing to really turn the tide of the inning. And able to work around 2 walks and a hit. So Faulkner was getting runners on. They couldn't capitalize on it. Blue Mountain got their batters on, and they capitalized on it. And that's the difference in this ballgame right now.
Yeah, no question about it. So 6-0. Galt needed to see one pitch to deposit it underneath the scoreboard. Christian Webb, Wesley Estrella, Zachary Ferris. That one in the dirt.
Giordano 22 pitches now into his afternoon here. Earned 12 strikes.
That one misses.
Able to get the inside edge there. Great pitch from Giordano.
2-1. Giordano gets it grounded to short, and an errant throw, and Webb will head to second. So Garrison rushed the throw a little bit, and that bites him.
Now Garrison had to throw strong. Christian Webb, a very, very shifty runner. And we'll see a courtesy runner as Twain Cope will come in and run for the backstop. But Christian Webb, not a traditional catcher, in that he can absolutely fly as well. And if you weren't catching, he'd likely end up being the courtesy runner for whoever is catching. He's that kind of quick. And Garrison knew it, had to rush it, and just threw it away. So now Wesley Estrella at the dish. A couple lefties back-to-back here to face the left-handed Giordano.
Estrella takes strike one. Estrella looking for the right center field gap, and that'll drop. Twain Cope rounds third, throws on the brakes and nearly falls. Mike Correa, knowing his team's down 6, holds the runner there. No reason to run into an out.
Yeah, you don't want to spark anything defensively. You've been able to hit the ball well. You've been able to keep things moving, and you ran into an out the last time with the caught stealing. You don't want to do that again here in the second and turn it, especially when you have a guy, Zach Ferris, at the plate, who has been hitting the ball really well this year in his limited ABs. A .455 batting average for the lefty.
Ferris will take away 1-0.
He's got a 1059 OPS, 555 on base percentage, 15 hits on 33 ABs, with 3 doubles, 514 on base.
That one over for a strike, 1-1. Foul back into the seats. Ball and 2 strikes on Ferris. Runners on the corners. Nobody out. Second inning. Giordano froze him. Strike 3.
Nasty, nasty inside breaking ball to Ferris, able to paint the inside edge of the plate, the left-handed batter, That's a huge out to get now. A ground ball gets you out of the inning.
Jorge Lucero at the dish. Estrella takes the lead. They'll throw over.
Lucero batting .276.
He shows bunt, pulls back.
His batting average has cooled down a lot recently. He started off the season very hot, but has since run into a little bit of a cold spell. His last hit coming in Game 1 against Blue Mountain on April 12th.
Shows bunt, fouls it off. So ball and a strike now on Jorge Lucero. Giordano peers in, gets the sign. Lucero takes 1-2.
Great outside edge pitch, and about the same spot that he threw that fastball to Ferris, but outside edge against the right-handed batter now.
That went in the dirt. Lucero telling Cope, get back.
Great block by Galt again.
He's really good back there. You saw that. You and I saw this team a little bit when they came to Montgomery. You more than me, but Galt was impressive in that series. And Lucero finds the gap, drops it in front of the left fielder. That'll get a run home. Faulkner's on the board, 6-1.
Yeah, great cut from Lucero, and it's got to feel really good. He's had a couple really good hits that were robbed of him. I think of one last weekend against Point. He hits one over the fence in left center field, and center fielder reaches up. Silas Butler reaches back and pulls it back into the yard and keeps it in the glove, and just absolutely robbed him. And when you've gone 20-something maybes without a hit, and that happens to you, it can be really easy to feel down. But Lucero delivered in a big spot right there.
Gilliam shows bunt, takes away 1-0.
Gilliam, a guy who certainly could sacrifice bunt here, but also a guy who could very easily beat this play down the line as well.
Yeah, and you're down 5, so it would surprise me to see Faulkner put the call on, but Gilliam fouls it off. 1-1. He's definitely showing. I don't know if that's a call or if Gilliam has got the green light to do it whenever he wants to.
Center fielder playing not too far away from here, native of Lexington, Tennessee.
Ripped foul by Gilliam. Ball in 2 strikes here.
Just 30 minutes away from his hometown.
You imagine his family's got to be in the building today. Two is your count. The lefty kicks and fires. Sliced foul out of play. Andre McCarthy, the official ball boy for this game, earning his keep. Running all over the place. Gilliam with a base hit to left. Station to station for the Eagles here. So they'll be loaded with 1 out for Orlando Lordui.
Lordui, first team all-conference right fielder. a huge power bat in that left-handed batter's box. And not only is he a good power bat, he's also a good contact hitter as well. He can do a little bit of everything. And this is a spot that you want up if you're Patrick McCarthy and the Eagles. You want Lordui and Trinidad and Lopez up right here. Bases loaded and chance to flip this game back towards you a little bit.
Lordui, straightaway center. Runner at third will tag. He'll head home. And would you have liked to hit? Yes, but I think both teams have to consider that a win. You got to run home there if you're Faulkner. And if you're Giordano, you're like, yeah, sure, you can have one.
Yeah.
You know?
With Lordui, who's been hitting the ball extremely well against the toppers, a sac fly there, you'd take that every day.
No question. Now, Juan Trinidad walked and was caught stealing his first time. Giordano a chance to get out of this inning with no further damage. Trinidad would love to keep the pressure on here. Shows bunt and takes ball one. That one fouled back. Trinidad hits it high, right field. Easy play, and the inning is over. Faulkner strands two. They get one across. They trail 6-2. We head to the third, SSAC.
Where the day starts with laughter in local shops and ends under the stars with live music. That's Jackson, Tennessee. It's a place where every moment is an invitation to explore, to connect, to be part of something bigger. Jackson isn't just a destination. It's where stories are written, memories in the making. Back here live, top of the third inning. And Nick Graham hastened the loosening in the second, but Correa was able to get out of it, and Faulkner's going to try to ride it a little longer here with Ty Correa. It's a 1-1 count here. Correa delivers, misses, 2-1. Correa will get the sign and miss there now. So 3-1 on Rivera, and I don't know how long Faulkner's going to be able to stay with Correa if he can't find the strike zone. Walks have been a problem. 3 walks issued so far, and all 3 of them have scored.
Yeah, and that's the key right there. All 3 have come around to score. Blue Mountain has been able to get out of the sticky situations, but Faulkner not as lucky to do so, and leadoff man aboard again.
Correa issues his 4th walk.
All 3 innings have started with the leadoff man reaching.
It's really hard to pitch when you're putting a guy on base to start the inning. And I think this mound visit is about buying time. Nick Graham back up and throwing again. Quickened pace for Nick Graham. Coles drew a walk and scored his first time. And now McCarthy's coming out. That's going to do it, presumably, for Ty Correa here. They gave him a batter in the 3rd, see if he could try to get it right. Couldn't find the zone, issued the walk, and his day is officially over as McCarthy gets ready to take the baseball from him.
And Correa, a guy through just 46 pitches today, he could be a guy you could see a little bit later on in the week as well. I think that also plays into the move now from McCarthy is you're almost in that territory of you burn him for the weekend. He hasn't been as effective as he can be today. Give him a chance to get back out there a little bit later on in the week, and turn it over to the second-team all-conference pitcher and Nick Graham, who's been in a starting role, has been a relieving role, and comes in a big spot in this one.
We'll talk about Nick Graham more on the other side. SSAC Baseball Championship.
I need to try it first.
Ball misses away. Nick Graham, the new pitcher, right-hander from Abbotsford, British Columbia.
Carries a 5.72 ERA, a 140 whip.
Fouled away.
Worked 61 in the third innings. 264 batting average against. 78 strikeouts, just 24 walks. He has been the strikeout leader for Faulkner. One of the top in the SSAC as well.
That one hit back toward us again. Watching Andre McCarthy, he was chasing a foul ball. And as he climbed the steps, it continued to bounce off of seats and roll under them. So it came all the way back down to where he was standing in the first place. That's my kind of luck. That ball misses.
2-2 count. Gavin Coles, one of the guys who's walked so far for Blue Mountain. 4 different walks issued.
And now another 3-2 count. Walks a problem for the Eagles in this one. Again, this is the 1-8 matchup. The number 1 seed in the tournament, Faulkner, popped up back toward the netting and gets into the netting.
Yeah, Webb gave it a good chase, but unable to get there. And there's a good amount of territory back behind the plate. Not a lot, but still enough to make it a little bit more interesting on those pop-ups, but carried a little bit too far back to hit the net.
Swing and a miss. Nick Graham comes back and comes up with a big strikeout.
Yeah, just hummed a fastball right past him and couldn't catch up to it. It was Gavin Coles, and you see the power from Graham that has him now 79 strikeouts on the season.
That one's over for a strike. Up the middle. Backhand Lopez. Long throw. No chance. So a base hit. Lopez getting to the ball at least kept the runner from advancing to third.
That was a great play. Thought for a second that they may have had an outside chance at a double play when that one was starting to develop, but just a great hit up the middle. 2 on, 1 out for Mr. Garrison.
4th hit of the game for Blue Mountain. Austin Garrison awaits. Top of the order looms. High fly ball right field. Orlando Lordui's there.
Smart decision to not try and run on that one. Shallow into right field.
And Lordui with a big arm. So 2 away now. Graham will try to get out of this inning. He's got to get the top of the order to do it, though. Roberson 1 for 1 with a walk and 2 runs scored.
On top of the lineup has caused problems for Faulkner here. The 1-2 spot have gotten on
It's over for a strike.
Consistently. Both of them, both Roberson and Redding reaching. And there are 2 opportunities.
That one misses.
Fouls that one off.
Ball and 2 strikes to Roberson. This is away, 2-2. Ground ball. They'll go the short route to second, and the inning is over. But Faulkner had to go into its bullpen to limit Blue Mountain to nothing there, so the chess match continues to unfold. We'll see if the Eagles can draw it any closer, down 6-2 as we head to the third.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
The SSAC is about leadership, teamwork,
Achievement.
Community.
Initiative.
Ambition.
Well-being.
Adaptability.
Sportsmanship.
Trust.
Integrity.
Gratitude.
Confidence.
Health.
Self-discipline.
friendship,
Openness.
Growth.
connection,
Courage. Tradition.
Collaboration.
The SSAC is about vision.
Johnny Lopez leading off the inning for Faulkner. Lopez, Martinez, and Webb for the Eagles. Lopez straight up right center field. Now actually more toward right field. Second baseman back to get it. One pitch, one out.
Yeah, Josiah Rivera had to battle the sun there to find it. Eduardo Martinez up to the plate.
Martinez 0 for 1. Stranded a couple of runners his first time. Faulkner has left 4 aboard. Blue Mountain has left 4 aboard, but they've plated 6. Martinez deep short, up and firing, got him.
What a great play by Andrew Garrison there. A tough ball to get to start. Made a strong throw across the diamond and able to retire Eduardo Martinez.
By several steps.
Yeah.
Like he popped up and Austin Garrison just unleashed that ball, but had time if he wanted to. Now Christian Webb. Giordano looks comfortable on the hill. That's hard to do against this Faulkner lineup. 2-0.
He got rocked the first time out against the Eagles, but he looks very comfortable today in Jackson.
3-0 now. That went over for a strike, 3-1. Just a really cool, not just the facility itself, but a really cool location here when you just kind of look around. As that ball's hit to right field, going to drive the right fielder back. He'll have a play easily on it on the track. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. We'll talk more about the setting in the tournament and all of those things when we come back. 6-2 lead for Blue Mountain as we head to the fourth.
Where the day starts with laughter in local shops and ends under the stars with live music. That's Jackson, Tennessee. It's a place where every moment is an invitation to explore, to connect, to be part of something bigger. Jackson isn't just a destination. It's where stories are written, memories in the making.
Back here live, Ballpark at Jackson. Jackson, Tennessee. Hayden Redding leading off the inning. It's 2-3-4 due up for the Toppers. Redding, Galton, Crawford.
Redding, Redding, one of the fastest guys, not a guy you want to put on early. A big leadoff man here.
He's walked and scored, also driven in a run.
One of the nation's best base stealers.
2-1. That one will miss. 3-1. Leadoff man's been on every inning for the Toppers.
Graham thought that one was in the zone. Asked the umpire where it was. He said just a little bit down. And he hits him, and man, that one had to hurt.
Yeah, that ball carried him a long way away. So Carson Galt, he saw one pitch in his last at bat, and he turned it into a grand slam. And there goes Redding.
Great jump.
Yeah, could have stole it standing up. And Christian Webb is really good defensively, but Redding was over halfway there by the time Graham got rid of the baseball.
Yeah, he jumped early, and Graham didn't even realize it.
Misses away. Ball and a strike to Carson Galt. Graham gets the sign. Misses away. Behind 3-1 on Galt. Talking about this location, I mean, the facility itself just really nice, but the location is pretty neat. You got the Sportsplex back behind you with all of the local youth fields. which is in and of itself a nice looking facility. And then over here, adjacent to the parking lot, there's a dog walking park. So just beautiful scenic area out here. And then, of course, the thing you can't see at home is, we can watch the interstate all day. So it is right off the interstate. So get that shot for you, and you can see there's a field, maybe a little farmland, and the interstate, and the beautiful location here, just kind of a perfect spot for this ballpark. And they've got the Jackson Rockabillies, which is a prospect league team. They don't have affiliated ball right now, but this facility is just way too nice, and the location is way too good. I kind of think they're going to have affiliated ball again here at some point.
Yeah, I would think so too.
That ball over for a strike.
Brylan Skinner, the courtesy runner for Carson Galt, able to steal second. No throw is. You've got Redding at third, and you don't want to go ahead and give him the bag by throwing to second. And that's what you'd be doing, trying to get any runner out with Redding on third.
So Nick Graham in a mess now. Second and third, nobody out. No 1-2 count. Swung through that one. Strike three. It's a big out. You've gotten Townsend out twice. So you pitch to him here, but with the base open, you don't have to if you don't want to. Our Darius Townsend, the SSAC Player of the Year, put up just absurd numbers on the year.
Yeah, it was really video game numbers for Townsend. If you missed him earlier, 24 home runs, 2 triples, 11 doubles, 77 RBIs, a 1420 OPS. He's been that dude all year round.
He has indeed, and he swings through that one. No balls, 2 strikes. Transferred from Jackson State University. That one gets by Webb, bounces all the way back, but the run's going to score 7-2. That pitch 5-holed Christian Webb. And the runner moves up to third on the sequence. So runner on third, 1 out. 7-2 ball game and a 1-2 count on Townsend.
And a walk comes back to hurt. Or a hit by pitch comes back to hurt.
That one flared right center, gets down for a hit. It's 8-2.
That was a great cutoff by Gilliam, but as that looked like it was going to be a sure gapper, and Townsend has some deceptive speed for his size. He probably would have been at third.
Yeah. And again, we talked about it during the first game. The way this ballpark plays, it's 310 to left, 320 to right, big fence, tall fence all the way around, 392 to dead center. But the dimensions, in particular the alleys, the gaps, play big time. So if you get a ball down in the gap in that power alley, it's 2 or 3. If you've got a lot of speed, you could come home and score on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Townsend put a really good charge into that one for yet another RBI.
That ball misses.
RBI number 78 this season for our Darius Townsend. Josiah Rivera trying to keep it turning.
2-0 is the count. Misses low, throw down, and he swipes it, does Townsend. So another one in scoring position. It's a 3-0 count. Nick Graham is struggling, trying to find a way out of it. Graham delivers. Misses. Another walk. Is that the 6th walk issued by Eagle pitching?
That is.
Plus a hit by pitch. That one lifted center field. Long run for Gilliam. He'll call everybody off. 2 away in the inning now. Saw some movement out there in the bullpen for the Eagles, but nobody throwing.
Chris Smith at the dish. He's 2 for 2.
That one over for a strike. Graham delivers. Smith will take there. 1-1. Control has been an issue for Faulkner. Ty Correa threw 37 pitches. Only 19 of them, or rather, Ty Correa threw 47 pitches. Only 24 of them for strikes. Graham has thrown 37, only 19 for strikes. Both of them hovering right around 50% on the strike percentage. That one will miss. By comparison, Giordano has thrown 54 pitches, 34 of them for strikes. To the third baseman, Lucero. He'll step on the bag, and the inning is over. Blue Mountain gets 2 more. They lead 8-2. We head to the bottom of the 4th on the SSAC Baseball Championship.
I need to try it first.
Wesley Estrella leading off the inning for the Eagles. They're down 8-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Ball over for a strike. Giordano just cruising. His team's been able to support him. They've produced 8 runs on just 5 hits. Faulkner 2 runs on 4 hits. Ground ball, first base side. Smith will cover. No problem. 1 away here in the Faulkner half of the 4th.
And good defensive play by the first baseman. Looks like McCarthy's going to be making a move here.
It is the Zachary Ferris spot. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And I would anticipate Francisco Soriano here.
Yeah, that's who it's going to be.
So Francisco Soriano, pinch hitting for Zachary Ferris. Soriano fouls it back. Our third game of the day will be the first of the other pool. Point and Middle Georgia ready to go after this one. A mandatory 50 minutes in between ball games. So whatever time it was scheduled to start, doesn't matter. 50 minutes in between games.
It's supposed to start in 20 minutes, so that's not happening.
No, I think an hour and 20. I think 4 o'clock was the original.
That's right.
Yeah.
10-1.
Still probably not
4
happening.
and 7. No.
It would take something wild, like just an absurd, what are the rules where you step up to the plate with 2 strikes?
Oh, like a quick counts.
Yeah.
In, MLB The Show.
Yeah,
That's what you got to do.
You come to the plate, and it's already 3-2. Move on. Ball in 2 strikes. Soriano awaits. Swings through that one, and he strikes out. So Soriano fares no better than Ferris did, and now Jorge Lucero to the dish. Lucero awaits. That one in the dirt. Lucero, the 9-hole hitter, 1 for 1 with an RBI. He'll take away there. It's a 2-0 count. That one over for a strike, 2-1. So Jorge Lucero, the Faulkner third baseman, trying to find a way aboard with 2 outs in the inning, maybe get something started for Faulkner. At the very least, put some pressure on Giordano. He has not felt any.
Yeah, scattering 4 hits, only walked 2, and when Giordano's gotten in trouble in rare instances, he's gotten the pitch to get out of it. And Faulkner's not been able to find that, and that's why there's a 6-run difference on the scoreboard right now. Blue Mountain's taking advantage.
Well hit ball by Lucero down the left field line. That's at least 1. He's going to make the turn. Now he'll dig for 2. And a stand-up double with 2 outs for Jorge Lucero.
And Lucero 2 for 2 today, and great cut down the line, and that's what Lucero was doing earlier this year. He was getting a double almost every other time at the plate. Most of them were to the power alleys, but able to pull that one down the left field line, and took a fortunate bounce down there to make their no play. And now Evan Gilliam at the plate. He's trying to continue what Lucero started with 2 outs here.
Gilliam, the leadoff man. 1 for 2. Over for a strike.
Gilliam being from only about 30 minutes away from this ballpark, I'd venture to say he's been here a time or 2 growing up.
Yeah, you'd think so. Gilliam slicing into the right center field gap. That should get down, and it does. How far can he run? It rolls onto the track. Evan Gilliam's digging for 3, and he'll get to third with a triple. that plates a run. So back-to-back extra base hits here with 2 out in the 4th, and Faulkner cuts it to 8-3.
Yeah, Gilliam left the batter's box there with intentions of getting to 3 on that. It was unbelievable hustle, and you see the speed of the center fielder from the jump right there.
So that ball sliced into the power alley, into the gap there. Umpire pointing at the Faulkner dugout. I don't know if you got some chirping going on or something there, but the first base ump walked onto the grass, pointed at the Faulkner dugout, then turned around and seemed to talk to somebody on the Blue Mountain team. So I don't know. I'm just going to assume we got a little boys being boys here. That one for a strike.
Yeah, and again, it's a new rule this year about taunting, and it's one of the points of emphasis as well that it is being strictly enforced this year, where any instance of taunting almost warrants an ejection, and umpires have had to take a lot more control early in these.
Lord Dewey, straight fly ball to left field, right at the left fielder, and Faulkner strands one, but they get one back. They trail by 5 as we head to the 5th on the SSAC Baseball Championship. Austin Garrison will lead off the inning, the 9-hole hitter. Shortstop for the Toppers.
He's made a couple really good plays at short. 0 for 2.
And now he lines one to left, and Eduardo Martinez is there. 1 pitch, 1 out. More of that, boys. I like decisive swings in short counts.
Especially on 4 game days. That is.
No doubt. And three of our days this week are 4 game days. Of course, as we talked about earlier, you know, we had the wild one with Faulkner in Columbus 2 years ago where Faulkner touches home plate at 3 a.m. to end the ball game. No more of that, please.
No.
Swung through that one, did Tyrese Roberson.
The only reason we should be awake, that I'd want to be, or I don't even want to be awake at 3 a.m., but the only other reason to be awake at 3 a.m. would be my toddler screaming at me.
I'm 42 years old and my bladder's 62. I'm awake at 3 a.m. frequently. There's the grinder to second, the throw over to first, and
barely in time.
Just got him. Roberson runs incredibly well.
There's no business that play even being a decision for the umpire.
Yeah.
He got down the line quick.
Here's another guy that can do that too as Redding comes to the dish. Very good runner. He has stolen 2 bases, scored 2 runs, driven in a run, and by the way, hasn't had an official at-bat yet.
Yeah, he's been to the plate 3 times, hit by 2 pitches, and he's walked once. And that's not a guy that you want to put on in any circumstance, let alone putting the guy on, and he's not having to really earn his way on.
That's right. 1-0 count here. Graham delivers. Swung through that one.
He's Redding, one of the nation's leaders in stolen bases. He's got 42 this season.
That's incredible. As short of a season as the NAI plays. Fly ball left field. Martinez will handle it. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Nick Graham. The bat's coming back up for Faulkner SSAC Baseball Championship.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCH, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
8-3 as we start the bottom of the fifth here. 1 Trinidad leading off for the Eagles. Giordano delivers. Trinidad fouls that one back out of play.
Trinidad 0 for 1. He's drawn a walk. Giordano just 70 pitches in.
That one over for a strike. He's ahead of Trinidad 0-2. Trinidad has drawn a walk, as you noted, and then was quickly erased on a caught stealing. I'll miss away. Trinidad's the 3-hole hitter, but really more of his traditional role as you start this inning is he's your leadoff guy. He has done that a lot in his career for Faulkner as well as a table setter. I'll miss away. Giordano delivers. Foul back by Trinidad. He'll continue to battle here.
That was a tough pitch to get a piece of, but
yeah,
Trinidad knew he had to stay alive.
I'll see what I can about getting there.
That one grounded to the shortstop, Garrison up and firing, and he got him. So Austin Garrison, another excellent play to erase Trinidad.
Yeah, he's been really good at short. He had the error earlier, which was really uncharacteristic, but you see the quality at shortstop with Garrison. And in that weekend series against Faulkner, I can't tell you how many runs he was worth defensively. He was so good.
Yeah.
Because he's able to make plays like that where he's having to range a ridiculous way over to get to the ball.
Ball fouled out of play by Johnny Lopez, transferred to Faulkner from the University of St. Catherine. The University of St. Catherine announced last week as Lopez sends that one down the right field line, foul out of play. University of St. Catherine announced pretty suddenly last week that they have ceased operations effective immediately. This comes just a couple of weeks after they had announced their intention to launch a golf program next year. So NAI losing a school there. That ball straight away left field and right at the left fielder. So 2 gone. Lopez retired and Eduardo Martinez to the dish.
Faulkner's gotten 0 hits from their 3, 4, 5, and 6 spots in the lineup. And that has been a big issue for Patrick McCarthy and the Eagles, just trying to find a way against Giordano to get those guys on board. Haven't been able to do it.
That one in the dirt. 2-0 is your count on Martinez. That one will miss away. 3-0.
I'd imagine unless he just gets a meatball from Giordano here, that Martinez's bat is simply an accessory for this pitch.
And it is. His hand was off the bat as Giordano was delivering the ball. 3-1 now. Martinez will swing through that one. Full count. Payoff pitch coming at Eduardo Martinez, bottom of the 5th. Martinez will foul that one back out of play toward the SSAC merch table. So let's go payoff pitch again here. Giordano delivers. Martinez will foul it back.
Good battle by Martinez. Giordano, even though the strike rate hasn't been too terribly high and he hadn't struck out a ton of batters, has thrown every pitch competitive, and Faulkner's had to battle for every single one of them. Giordano's been really good today.
The lefty gets the sign. Delivers. Martinez takes. I think he thought he might have been out just at the original body language, because he hopped back toward the dugout, never heard the strike call, and threw the bat.
Yeah, Blue Mountain certainly thought that was a strike. That was a really close pitch. A tough take for Martinez, who had to battle off a couple of tough pitches, but able to keep with it and earn his way down first with 2 outs, see if Christian Webb can do anything with it.
As a product of that, they've got Giordano up to 87 pitches now. Regardless of what you do here, the closer you get him to 100, the better. You got to get in that pen and see if somebody's missing. And the pen is working for the Toppers right now. There's a line into center field for Christian Webb. So Faulkner, a couple of runners on against Giordano. Now they need a 2-out hit here. They got to get something out of this. You've got 4 innings left after this one, and you're down 8-3 here. So Soriano, who pinch hit for Zach Ferris last time in the DH spot, back to the dish.
That's Estrella right now.
Or Estrella, correction, I apologize. Soriano will be on deck. Tulane Cope into the ball game to courtesy run for the catcher, Christian Webb. Our camera gets a clean shot of the third base coach, Mike Correa, there. I look down, and you got Correa's big head eclipsing the action.
Giordano. Now 89 pitches.
Runners on first and second, 2 away here. Estrella needing a hit. Right field or right center, and the center fielder over, and he'll play it easily. Faulkner gets a couple on, can't do anything with them. They strand them. They have now left 7 aboard. We head to the 6th. Blue Mountain up 8-3 on the SSAC Baseball Championship.
The SSAC is about leadership, teamwork,
Achievement. Community.
Initiative.
Ambition.
Well-being.
Adaptability.
Sportsmanship.
Trust.
Integrity.
Gratitude.
Confidence.
Health.
Self-discipline.
friendship,
Openness.
Growth.
connection,
Courage. Tradition.
Collaboration.
The SSAC is about vision.
Carson Galt to lead off the inning for the Toppers here in the 6th.
Galt's been the biggest difference maker so far. Had the grand slam in the 2nd inning that opened this game wide up for the Toppers.
Yeah, Faulkner has not really gotten back in it. That made it 6-2 at that point.
Oh, 6-0.
Oh, yeah, 6-0, and then they cut it to 6-2, and that's as close as they've gotten. One 0 count. This is away 2-0. Galt up the middle there. And a base hit for him, and I would expect Skinner will come in and run for him here.
Yeah, it will.
So Skinner in to run. Now Will Crawford to the dish.
Galt now 2 for 3 on the day.
He's the second topper with multiple hits, the other one being Chris Smith. Throw down, got him. So Christian Webb erases Skinner on the caught stealing. One away in the inning.
A great throw, great tag by Trinidad. First team all-conference shortstop. Applying the tag and erases Carson Galt's single.
Crawford back in the box now. Fouls that one away, 1-2. Graham. Gets the sign and delivers. Fouled away. So Crawford and Graham We'll continue the battle here as Christian Webb gets a new baseball. Graham goes through that pre-pitch routine. Misses underneath the zone there, 2-2.
Yeah, competitive fastball, low inside edge. Just couldn't find it.
Graham delivers. Fouled away.
Crawford able to adjust down to that curveball.
Graham delivers. Struck him out. So Nick Graham gets Crawford swinging. 2 gone in the inning now.
Third strikeout for Graham. He's got a very tough customer at the plate in Ardarius Townsend, but the good news is there's nobody else aboard right now.
Townsend 1 for 3 with an RBI. Graham delivers.
And he hit him.
Well, I mean, if you're going to put him on, why use a lot of pitches? Just use 1. So Townsend is aboard. Second hit batsman for Faulkner today.
That's the third.
Third one, wow. In addition to 6 walks. Free passes have been a problem for Faulkner. Graham delivers. Misses away. That one will miss inside. 2-0. Graham finding the grip on the baseball. Hit well. Left center field gap. Townsend heading for third. He'll head home. No throw. It's a double and an RBI, and it is now 9-3 Blue Mountain.
Yeah, Rivera put a great cut on it, and you talk about those power alleys. One of the things that makes them so challenging here, and there's so much space, the outfield wall for pretty much the entirety of what you would largely consider center field is completely flat. It's 392 from the flagpole all the way over to almost the scoreboard. So the walls go very steep towards the power alleys. And there's a lot of territory, and he exploited that. And RBI double for Rivera. Scratch it across another run and open it back up to 6.
Cole's at the dish now. He has scored a run and drawn a walk. No activity in the Faulkner pen. This is Nick Graham's game for right now. And it may stay that way. That one over for a strike.
Had to have that one over. 3-1 now.
And he walks him. So walk number 7 issued to Blue Mountain hitters. Add 3 hit batsmen, and that's 10 free passes. Meeting at the mound. Webb and Trinidad and Graham, and now there's activity in the Faulkner pen.
Graham has been largely effective until this inning. Ran into trouble with the 2-out hit by pitch to Townsend, and then the double brought him home. And it's been a good relief outing for Graham, but it can turn to a little bit of a rough one if Chris Smith can continue what he's been doing today. 2 for 3 from the plate.
Yeah, and Smith, the 8-hole. So again, Blue Mountain just continuing to turn this lineup over. That went over for a strike. Misses away. Ball on a strike now. Smith with a couple of hits, digs back in. 1-1 count. That one's over for a strike, 1-2.
Great pitch from Graham there. Looked like Smith was hitting fastball and the curveball came to him.
Graham gets the sign. Smith waves at it. They'll throw down to first and the inning is over. Blue Mountain will strand a couple, but they do get another one across. They lead 9-3 as we head to the bottom of the 6th on the SSAC Baseball Championship.
Where the day starts with laughter in local shops and ends under the stars with live music. That's Jackson, Tennessee. It's a place where every moment is an invitation to explore, to connect, to be part of something bigger. Jackson isn't just a destination, it's where stories are written, memories in the making.
Francisco Soriano steps up to the plate to face Cole Giordano. 90 pitches in. He's allowed 7 hits, but just 2 earned runs. Struck out 2, walked 3, and Faulkner's been able to get runners on, but they've not been able to bring them over against the left-handed pitcher. Soriano, one of those 2 strikeout victims of the lefty. From Mendenhall, Mississippi.
Southpaw puts that one in there for a strike, 2-1. They're interested to see, the bullpen is working, how much longer they go with Giordano here as he approaches the 100-pitch mark. He'll miss away.
I'd imagine he's at least got this inning unless Faulkner starts getting some runs, and I think he'd be lifted before it could turn into a loss situation for him, where he'd at least, at worst case scenario, go away with a no decision if Faulkner starts putting a rally together.
Maybe,
but the way Giordano's pitching right now,
there is some throwing with intention in the bullpen right now, so I don't know. They may have a spot in mind. Full count payoff pitch. Soriano gets a piece of it and sends it over the shortstop's head into left field.
Yeah, good cut by Soriano. Good answer after the pinch hit strike count. And the new designated hitter delivering a hit to lead off, and that's one of the first times Faulkner's had the leadoff man aboard today.
Jorge Lucero 2 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI.
Yeah, Lucero's been really good.
Had a double down the third base line his last time. He'll take strike one.
This is the second time today that Faulkner's gotten the leadoff man aboard.
Lucero fouls it back.
It was a second inning when Christian Webb reached on an error.
Oh-2 is the count on Lucero. They'll chase Soriano back.
Soriano 8 for 9 on stolen bases.
Misses high there.
Not a ton of opportunities, but almost 89% success rate when he's decided to go. Be shocked down 6 and get the leadoff man aboard if he steals, though.
I'm going to miss away 2-2. Giordano. Gets the 2-2 sign from his catcher. Delivers. Lucero, high fly ball, left field, should be an easy out. He'll track it all the way. And Lucero is retired for the first time today. That gets Faulkner back to the top of the order. 101 pitches for Giordano so far.
Just a little bit too much underneath it from Lucero, and Cole's able to get underneath with plenty of time. But Evan Gilliam hit a triple his last time up. Trying to do something with Francisco Soriano aboard with one out.
Gilliam awaits. Shows bunt, pulls back, strike one. Right center field. Center fielder ranges way over in the gap. Makes the play.
You see that speed of Redding, and there is almost no business of him getting to that ball and make it without having to make a diving play at it. But he made it look really easy and was able to camp underneath it for a second.
2 away now for Orlando Lordui. If Faulkner's going to score here in the 6th, it's going to take a 2-out rally. That one misses away. Lordui, 1 for 2 with an RBI. That one will miss. So 2-0 count. Over for a strike, 2-1. And he throws it behind Lordui. Soriano will trot to second.
Easy advancement there, and now a base knock with 2 outs. At least creates a play at the plate.
Three-one is the count on Lordui. Hitter's count. Can he do something with it? Fouls it back out of play. He'll take there. And ball 4 to Orlando Lordui. So Lordui heads over to first. If Faulkner's going to find some offense this inning, Juan Trinidad's going to have to be part of it.
Trinidad 0 for 2 with a walk. And mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Trinidad, one of those guys that as he goes, so goes Faulkner a lot of times. And he's had a little bit of a rough day at the plate. Can he be a spark here in the 6th? Try and get Faulkner into it as Giordano has just been shoving it.
That one misses. Steps off and throws to second, and Soriano retreats. Over for a strike.
Good pitch, working low and away from Trinidad there. Trinidad asking, he thought that one was a little out of the zone.
Lifted by Trinidad, left center field, gap chasing everybody back, gets down into the power alley off the wall. Played well by the center fielder who'll hold Trinidad to a double, but with 2 outs, everybody running, it's a 2-run double. That will cut it to 9-5. Juan Trinidad delivers.
Yeah, great swing from Trinidad, and almost any other ballpark, you're looking at a home run there, but hitting off the wall in the power alley, that's the second time that we've seen a ball that I can't remember a reverse unicorn home run where it'd be a home run in every other park except the one you're playing in. That's the second ball we've seen today that's been that way.
Yeah, Robertson had one to start the ball game. That one, though, well played by Redding in center. He took the angle to play the carom from the beginning. If he doesn't take that angle and that ball kicks back behind him, Trinidad's at third easy. As it is, Giordano's day is done. We'll tell you about the new pitcher on the other side, SSAC Baseball Championship.
I need to try it first.
Right-hander Jesse Hancock, the sophomore from Philadelphia, Mississippi, is the man to the mound for the Toppers.
Hancock enters his 15th ball game. He's worked 30 and a third innings, a 7.71 ERA, 2.04 WHIP. He has struck out 26, walked 16, a 365 batting average against. Had a little bit of a rough go overall statistically in his 2 appearances against Faulkner in that series. It was 5 innings of work, 10 hits, 5 earned. And Faulkner able to get a couple doubles off him. He walked 5 and struck out 5. Faulkner at 400 against the right-hander. But a lot of those were later on in some long appearances from Hancock. But a lot of innings in those games.
It's Johnny Lopez to greet him here with a runner on second. Faulkner back in the ballgame down 9-5. It's as close as they've been since they were down 6-2. They would love to keep the rally going here. Runner on second with 2 away here as Hancock studies the runner and now fires and puts the pitch in there, strike one, yeah.
And good slide step delivery from Hancock there. Worried about Trinidad's speed on second.
Johnny Lopez digs in.
15 stolen bases for Trinidad this season.
Chopper, shortstop, got him. So the last guy you want to hit it to right now is Austin Garrison.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter where you hit it, he's got you. So Austin Garrison makes the play to get Johnny Lopez, and the inning is over. Faulkner leaves 1. They get 2 back. We head to the 7th, 9-5.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Austin Garrison leads off the inning for the Toppers of Blue Mountain. We have a little bit of a delay here as there's a John Deere Gator pulled up next to the home side dugout, which is preventing us from play right now. I don't know if it won't start. There he goes. Young man backing out now. Maybe we're going to assume a little bit of an ignition problem. Don't think we keep jumper cables in the home dugout.
We have to check the guest dugout. I think that's where they're stored.
Yeah. All right, Powerade Parade makes its way around. And now we'll be able to play some baseball.
I also feel like it could be one of those things that almost like a golf driving range where you can just you have them drive the warning track the entire time. You hit it, it's a ground ruled triple.
That's what he's going to have to do, go all the way around. Yeah, he's got to go all the way back around. I would think he could do a little better lap time than this, though. Those things have some power.
I wonder if he knows that everybody's waiting on him.
He's enjoying his moment in the sunshine.
I can take my time because they're not playing yet.
This is about like my 7-year-old when I tell him to do something, he's got to take the long way around to get there. All right. See if he can get there, and he does. We'll get a shot of the bullpen while we're at it, and there's your point, Skyhawks, waiting on the next ball game. All right, Nick Graham. Hey, that's the way to do it when you got a long delay. Hit the first pitch, and it's down for a single. So nice job by Garrison.
And Garrison's been so good defensively today. It's got to feel good to get that hit to help with the offensive side of things. 1 for 4 now, attacking the first pitch. And Garrison has saved at least 2 runs today for Blue Mountain defensively at minimum. No telling what else with if you get a runner aboard, the snowball effect that could happen from it. But he saved a couple runs already today on the defensive side of things.
Yeah, no question. Now top of the order again, and as you might imagine, they've been good. Roberson has scored twice. Hit a double off the top of the Blue Monster earlier, just about 1.5 feet underneath the very top of it. That one, bottom of the zone, strike one. Roberson back up, awaiting the 1-1. Curveball misses. Roberson laughing. He thought about offering it that one. 2-1 is the count. Graham fires. Beats that one into the dirt and into right field. So 2 aboard and nobody out. Blue Mountain. When Faulkner badly needs a shutdown inning, Blue Mountain keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, that they are back-to-back singles, and now you've got Redding, who's gotten aboard just about every time today, and has been a menace when he's gotten aboard.
He's had 1 official at bat. He scored 2 runs and had an RBI. Got a walk. He's stolen 2 bases. He shows bunt. Pokes that one down. Tough play. Speedy runner. Didn't get him. And an infield hit for Redding, and now they're loaded for a guy who's already got a grand slam.
Yeah, not the guy you want coming up. I think there's really only one other guy you wouldn't want more coming up to the plate, and Carson Galt has been he's been really good today, and now he's got a chance to put this game firmly into Blue Mountain's hands. And
2 for 3, a walk, a run scored, which of course was on the grand slam. He's driven in 4. He saw 1 pitch in that at bat and deposited it under the scoreboard. He takes the first one 1-0 here. Graham's got to be careful. Activity in the Faulkner pen again. Foul ball by Galt.
That was another home run swing from Galt right there. Just fouled it off. Didn't connect like he wanted to.
Graham over 80 pitches now. Over for a strike. 1-2. He's ahead of Galt. In the dirt. 2-2. Not a bad chase pitch from Graham there, but Galt very disciplined at the plate today.
Galt sends it deep left field, off the top of the monster. He almost hit a second grand slam. If that wall's any shorter, it's out of here. Carson Galt, opposite field, top of the monster, that close to 8 RBIs on 2 swings.
Yeah, Galt absolutely mashing the ball today. And again, another one of those reverse unicorn shots. That was launched. And I think everybody in the ballpark thought that one was gone.
It ends up being a double for Carson Galt. It's 11-5. Runners on second and third. Still nobody out. And this feels like the end of the line for Nick Graham in this one. Yeah, that ball, I thought it was gone.
Yeah.
And it ended up just catching the top of the wall there.
It lost a little bit of steam right at the last second before crossing over the fence.
And McCarthy's going to come get Graham. We'll talk about the new pitcher on the other side, SSAC Baseball Championships.
The SSAC is about leadership, teamwork,
Achievement. Community.
Initiative.
Ambition.
Well-being.
Adaptability.
Sportsmanship.
Trust.
Integrity.
Gratitude.
Confidence.
Health.
Self-discipline.
friendship,
Openness.
Growth.
connection,
Courage. Tradition.
Collaboration.
The SSAC is about vision.
New pitcher is Evan Valencia for the Eagles, their third pitcher of this ball game. Valencia, native of Menifee, California, the right-hander, misses with the first one. It's 1-0.
Carries a 4.29 ERA. This is his 15th appearance. He's worked 20 innings, struck out 14, walked 21. Opponent's hitting 171 against, and he's a weak contact pitcher. He's not going to blow you away with a bunch of strikeouts, but he has this year been able to coax a lot of weak contact, and that's what Faulkner's needing right now at the infield on Will Crawford.
It's a 2-0 count. And he throws that one wild back to the plate. Wild pitch allows the run to get home. 12-5. Christian Webb just played it off the backstop and tried to dive back in there. He couldn't beat it. They had no other opportunity to try to get the out. Now it's 12-5. The runner advanced to third in the process. And Blue Mountain pouring it on, their largest lead of the ball game.
Almost getting into the run rule territory. Again, all games will have a 10-run rule. Darius Townsend on deck could put us in that territory real quick.
Still nobody out in the seventh. That went over for a strike. 3-2 now to Will Crawford. Crawford 0 for 4. One of only 2 Blue Mountain players without a hit. I think he's rectified that. Right center field and traveling off the wall. And Will Crawford at second with a double. It's 13-5.
Yeah, great cut, and another one that I thought off the bat had a real chance of getting out of here.
You know, you never know how much these things matter, but Faulkner, a team that clinched the 1 seed officially about a week and a half after they actually clinched the tiebreakers for that. And so they took that game against Middle Georgia, and then you saw a much different team after that. There wasn't the sense of urgency in the way that they've played. Blue Mountain has continued to play with a sense of urgency and played their way into it.
Yeah.
And as you talked about, more basically a play-in series against UT Southern last week. They have played with the playoff, the postseason intensity that you want in this ballgame.
Yeah, they absolutely have. I mean, they had to play it down to the very last game. In a winner goes, losers out against UT Southern on Senior Day, so a ton of emotion in all of that. And Blue Mountain was tied going into the 8th, score 3 in the 8th inning, and able to get the win and come here, and they have absolutely shell-shocked the number 11 team in the country right now.
They have indeed. That ball misses high to our Darius Townsend, the SSAC Player of the Year. Townsend's 2-1 in this count. On the day, he is 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Valencia delivers. Townsend swings through it. 2-2.
And that was a game that, against the Firehawks, the tying run was at the plate in the 9th with 1 out. And they got 2 flyouts to center to end it and to get here. And they are playing incredible baseball right now.
Townsend. Full count, payoff pitch coming. Down the third baseline, foul.
And not only this past weekend, but they had to go to William Carey and win that series to really get back in it. After being swept by Faulkner in Montgomery, the Toppers went down to Hattiesburg and beat William Carey 19-5, 11-9, and then lost in the last game 10-7. But you had to get 2 series wins in the last 2 weekends in order to get here, and against some pretty good teams.
Short right field, Lord Dewey coming in. He's got it. There's the first out of the inning. Rivera to the dish. 1 for 2. Couple of walks and an RBI. But as you noted, This is a topper team that had every opportunity to fold up and call it a year, but they have pressed and continued to press, and to this juncture, that's worked out for them as they have brought that intensity into this ball game. And if this holds, their destiny remains in front of them. That one over for a strike.
The importance of winning the first game is so paramount in this group stage, because you're able to take care of your own business from then on out. You're not having to scoreboard watch. You're not having to hope that somebody beats somebody by a certain amount of runs and that you win your games by a certain amount of runs from there. You can go out and, okay, we're 2 wins away from the national tournament now. And Blue Mountain is right on that doorstep.
Yeah, they are indeed. But they got to finish here. They've seen crazy things happen against this very Faulkner team, in particular in a 14-13 ball game that went extra innings, and Faulkner scored nearly all of its runs in the 8th or later.
Yeah, they were down 8 going into the 8th in that one. And that's where we are right now on the 7th. So Blue Mountain fully aware of the job that's at hand. It's still a dangerous Faulkner team that they just haven't been able to put it together today.
Oh, miss high and in. 3-1 on Rivera. The offering from Valencia. In the dirt, and Rivera walks. The 8th walk issued to topper hitters. Add in 3 hit by pitches, and the free passes have been really problematic for Faulkner in this ballgame.
They have, as Blue Mountain has capitalized on all of those opportunities. And you look at that line score right now, 13 runs on 12 hits. They've remained more runs than hits all day long because they've been able to cash in those opportunities, and we may be seeing another pitching change here.
Yeah, I think Evan Valencia's day is going to be done. The bullpen gates opening will tell you who's coming out on the other side. This is the SSAC Baseball Championship,
where the day starts with laughter in local shops and ends under the stars with live music. That's Jackson, Tennessee. It's a place where every moment is an invitation to explore, to connect, to be part of something bigger. Jackson isn't just a destination. It's where stories are written, memories in the making.
I need to try it first.
Back here live, Jackson, Tennessee, as the new pitcher for Faulkner is the senior from Panama City, Panama, Alexis Saldana.
He's making his 15th appearance. He's worked 29 2/3 innings, struck out 32, walked 23, a 9.10 ERA, and a 3.38 batting average against.
$13-5 is the Blue Mountain lead. Runners on first and second with one away. Here in the top of the 7th. It was a Carson Galt grand slam in the second inning that made it a 6-0 ball game. Faulkner scarcely got back into it. They had cut it to 9-5 after the bottom of the 6th. Felt like they may be getting the things back on track, but so far Blue Mountain has scored 4 in this frame, and Faulkner struggling to throw strikes. Saldana comes in. He misses the zone. It's now a 2-1 count. That one sent the other way over the head of the shortstop. They're going to send the runner home. It's 14-5 now. Runner still on first and second with one away.
Yeah, the carousel just keeps churning for the toppers and finding hit after hit after hit right now. It doesn't matter what Faulkner's been throwing at him.
Chris Smith to the dish. He's 2 for 4 with a run scored. And by the way, Coles with that hit means that all 9 Blue Mountain starters have at least one hit in the ballgame. Smith awaits the offering. Saldana will step off.
No, they're certainly in that run rule territory if
Yeah.
Smith can find a way to drive in a run here.
Well, look, if the Blue Monster was just a little shorter, this thing would have looked different quickly because Carson Galt, an opposite field mammoth shot that kicked, a foot off the top of the wall out there?
Yeah.
Was close to being his second grand slam of the day. It ended up being a 2-run double. Chris Smith fouls it back. Really? 14-5 is the Blue Mountain lead. Chris Smith awaits the offering from Saldana. It's above his head. Smith ducks that one. It's 3-1 now. Smith is the 9th batter of the inning. And he'll walk, and now the 10th man to bat in the inning. Austin Garrison, he opened all of this. So, let me take you back. It was 9-5. We were ready to start the top of the 7th. We had a little bit of a delay as we awaited the John Deere Gator to drive around the field. The first pitch of the inning ended up being a single to right from Austin Garrison, and since then, Blue Mountain has seen 2 other Faulkner pitchers, and they have not ceased to swing the bat. We're going to have a substitution of some kind here.
Looks like Smith will exit.
Running at first base is, I can't make out that number.
I believe that's 54.
So Garrison is still going to hit.
It'll be Jesse Millinger.
Jesse Millinger running at first base. He is taking his lead. Base is loaded. There's left side. Trinidad diving stop, keeps it on the infield, and they get a force at second out of it. Great play by Trinidad. The run does score. It's 15-5 with runners on the corners and 2 outs.
It's an important out there to get. It looked like that one was getting through for sure, but good play by Trinidad to limit the damage and, more importantly, get an out and try and stop the bleeding a little bit.
So now a 15-5 lead for Blue Mountain as Roberson comes to the dish, back to the top of the order, and the runners on the corners. That one over for a strike. Roberson 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored. He doubled off of the top of the Blue Monster earlier in the ball game. Back in the top of the first. Saldana delivers, misses wide. Roberson awaits the offering from Saldana. That one misses. 2-1 now. Still activity in the Faulkner pen. I don't know if that's for today or for tomorrow. In the dirt. 3-1. That one will miss, and he walks him. They're loaded again.
The center fielder, Hayden Redding, he's 1 for 2. Walk, been hit by a couple pitches as well.
And McCarthy coming to get Saldana. The third pitching change of the inning for Faulkner. They're going to open the bullpen gate and bring out somebody else. We'll tell you who it is on the other side, the SSAC Baseball Championship. Big southpaw on the mound for Faulkner now is the 6'4" left-hander Henry Thornton, a redshirt sophomore out of Union, Mississippi.
Thornton carrying a 9.53 ERA into his 9th appearance. Worked 5 2/3 innings. He has struck out 5, walked 9, 280 batting average against.
Ball 1 to Redding. Hayden Redding is 1 for 2 today, 3 runs scored. He's driven in 1. That one over for a strike, 1-1. That one misses, 2-1.
Top of the 7th has lasted approximately 4 days.
Grounder, third baseman Lucero picks it up, steps on the bag, and the inning's over. But Blue Mountain hung 6 on the board. They sent 12 men to the plate. They lead 15-5, 7th inning stretch here in Jackson, Tennessee.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
All right, Faulkner to the dish in the bottom of the 7th, down 15-5. Eduardo Martinez, Christian Webb, and Wesley Estrella due up, and Faulkner has to score to keep the game alive. Martinez awaits. First pitch over for a strike.
It's Martinez, Webb, and Estrella tasked with keeping this game alive for Faulkner. They did come back from 8 down against Blue Mountain in the 8th inning in that wild game you were talking about earlier.
Ball fouled back out of play. It's a 1-1 count. Pretty solid in attendance so far. You know, you're talking about a ballpark. This is day 1. You'll see more as you get closer to the weekend usually. But you're talking about a ballpark that's not necessarily close to any of the schools, but you've seen pockets of fans here. Most of them trying to avoid the sunshine. Eduardo Martinez behind 0-2 here. And that one misses.
Good take by Martinez. Hancock nearly got the outside edge with that pitch. Really good looking one.
Ball and 2 strikes. Foul back.
Working them east to west now.
2-2 count. We're still a 1-2. Let me correct myself there. Martinez awaits the offering. To the shortstop. Garrison swallows it up, throws it over.
And once again, Garrison has just been so good defensively. He started the game off with an error, but since then he has more than made up for it. He's had 2 or 3 hit-robbing plays at short. And you almost may as well start turning back if you hit it to the 6 hole.
Christian Webb to the dish. Barring just unbelievable dramatics, this pool finishes day 1 with Loyola and Blue Mountain each at 1-0. Faulkner and Mobile each at 0-1. That one misses, 1-1.
That makes tomorrow's matchups really intriguing.
The ball fouled back.
That's Faulkner and Mobile essentially playing a elimination game at that point.
Ball and 2 strikes. And Webb swings through it. 2 away here in the home half of the 7th.
So it'll be Jose Vargas stepping up to the plate for Faulkner.
Vargas hitting for Estrella.
It was a nasty pitch by Hancock to retire Webb.
Vargas steps in. Hancock delivers over for a strike. Oh, 1 on Vargas. Vargas from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. He'll foul that one away.
The first team all-conference player last year. Seen a much more limited role this year.
It's an 0-2 count on him now. 1 strike away from the 8 beating the 1 here. And he'll miss away. Giordano, the final line on him doesn't tell you how good he threw. Struck out 2 over 5 2/3 as Vargas lines out, and that's the ball game. Giordano's worked 5 2/3, allowed 4 earned runs, but really threw much better than that.
Yeah, he did.
And the Blue Mountain offense gave him more than enough support. They are able to hang 15 runs. The loss will go to Ty Correa. The win will go to Giordano. Most importantly, Blue Mountain 1-0 controls its own destiny. Playing through the pool, they move to 30-19 on the season. If they can get it to 32-19, well, they're in the national tournament no matter what happens on Saturday.
Yeah, and that matchup tomorrow with Loyola at 10 o'clock is going to be really fun. Both teams played really well today. Both teams hit the ball really well today. And the winner has full control of the pool with a win tomorrow. So although there's still 2 games to play, the pool already has a pretty good feel to the shape of it right now.
Yes, it does. We have another one scheduled 50 minutes from now. So let's say 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock back here for the 3-seed Point and the 6-seed Middle Georgia. For Carter Moles, I'm Jeremy Smith. This is the SSAC Baseball Championship.
The SSAC is about leadership,
Teamwork.
achievement,
Community.
Initiative.
Ambition.
Well-being.
Adaptability.
Sportsmanship.
Trust.
Integrity.
Gratitude.
Confidence.
Health.
Self-discipline.
Friendship.
Openness.
Growth.
connection,
Courage.
tradition.
Collaboration.
The SSAC is about vision.